These are the front tires and wheels off of the 704. On one side, the tire looks like it's in reasonable shape. It's got a pretty decent crack right here, though. I'm going to try to use it. Looks like it holds air mostly. This one, not so much. So that's not going to work. So I have this tire of the same style, and that's what I'm going to try to use. So my first step, like usual, is scraping the grease off of it. And if you use a scraper blade or a paint scraper or a putty knife in here, you scratch the paint. So I use a cut-off piece of a body filler blade. It's made of plastic, so I can get in there and scrape the chunks off without taking any paint off. I switched to a smaller wire wheel here so I can get in there better. Okay, plastic blade ain't cutting it for getting the dirt out of this lip here. Gotta go to a screwdriver. But I got one with worn down edges that I used to scrape a lot. This is what the other rim looks like. And I'll clean that off camera so you won't have to watch. Alright, I got that all cleaned up. Looks pretty good. A little bit less paint than the other one. So now I need to get this tire off of here. When I'm taking the tire off, I like to have this valve stem facing downward and pointed away from me so it doesn't get in the way. I like to take the tire off of the back side of the rim so if I take some of the paint off it's not as noticeable. I think I'm ready to put this stuff back together. Got my rim cleaned. I got this used inner tube that I think is still good. Had to put a patch on it right there. And I got this other tire that I had taken off of something else and cleaned up. It is pretty stiff, but I'm going to try to use it. And the tools that I use for this are 2 big screwdrivers and some old dish soap. I put air in this tube a couple days ago to test it. It looks okay. So I need to get this valve out of here. I put the tire on from the back side of the rim. In case I scratch the paint, it's not as noticeable. This soap is so old it's almost like a gel, but it's still slimy, so it still works. Boy, that old tire is really stiff. Plus the edges are tore up, so the soap doesn't really help it slide that well. Now I need to get the tube inside of the tire, and then I stretch it over the edge of the rim. So I got the tube turned so the valve stem will go through the hole. And I got the valve stem down and away from me so it doesn't get in the way. So I like to bounce the sidewall to seat the tire in the rim. And you want to use some sort of soft base mallet in case you hit the rim. And you don't want very much air pressure in there when you do it. That lets it move easier. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to put grease all over everything. Alright, that looks pretty good. Things are nice and square, and it all moves like it's supposed to. Tires are a pretty good match, or at least they will be after I clean them both the same. Well, that's as far as I'm going this time, and this is what it looks like. Alright, that's it.